So I have got 5:01, November
There.
10th. We are going into our facilities meeting. We will kick that off and certainly open up for any public comments on agenda items. I see one public.
As much as I would have plenty to say, I'd rather just pass for today.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So we have no public comment on agenda items. So we will go right over to the district. Not sure, Mr. Doherty, if you want to pass that along, but wherever we want to start.
I'll turn that over to Mr. Farrell and his team.
I'll pass it on to Mr. Smith.
Yeah, roll it up. That's the way it works. So we'll start off the referendum projects update at Sand Hill, the wing addition out there. We passed a re-inspection of the overhead last Friday afternoon, and we have a final inspection that's pending with the Office of State Fire Marshal, but we do have a pre-final inspection scheduled for this coming Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. We'll have a third party, the local fire marshal there, and some other folks to go through that final inspection process, pre-final inspection process. We've talked about ponds earlier, Somerville Elementary Edition. The footing is being constructed. That photograph was taken Friday afternoon by our drone specialist here at the district office, Mr. Bohannon back there. He's awesome with the pictures. So the footing is being done, the under slab utility roofings that mostly plumbing, the electrical under slab stuff that's being placed in there. And they're going to start putting block going vertical later on this week.
Sorry, and just while we're going through it, can we pause? So going back to the ponds, during our facilities meeting, we had, or I'm sorry, finance meeting, sorry, apologies. During the finance meeting, we had mentioned potentially drafting something like from the board. That's probably where it's most meaningful. But I guess maybe the ask, and I'm looking at other board members, committee members, are you guys okay with the district kind of helping us create that letter or community input that we then put out to the community as far as the financial impact of not building the ponds right now?
I would like that very much.
Everybody okay with that? So Mr. Doherty, you and team and construction, let's figure out what number I think we want to put actual numbers bring it down every day that we don't start construction is costing us XYZ based on inflation costs for construction. That type of information, I think, is beneficial with the community to know.
And I can certainly reach out to Hood Construction. They did the original production phase with us to arrive at a number earlier on, and hopefully they won't beat us up too badly, but I'm sure they'll give us some fair numbers.
So I think at this point, we just want to make sure that all the involved parties understand what we're working.
And if I might, maybe with that letter, rather than getting into the people we got the estimate from, dragging them into it. Fact is, we budgeted based on getting inputs and whatnot. And this was the number we anticipated ponds was going to cost us when we originally intended to start construction in June the year. Now that we're looking at probably being 2 years down the road before that happens, your source of inflation estimates, whatever they are, because it's all prognostication anyway, tells us that at the current course and speed, based on conveyance, now thinking about in, end of second quarter next year is the last date I think I heard. That we're looking at potentially the costs having gone up by X. And I like the day they approach, every day beyond there, we anticipate the costs are going to continue to go up. And that way the contractor doesn't get dragged into this discussion. I mean, they're sitting there waiting to hope that we can actually get into a contract with them, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Like that too. I think, and again, it just goes back to consistent pressure, I think, from the board of the district. I don't want the developer to think, oh, well, they haven't said anything, they're not raising buckets right now, we can just kind of let this go. They need to understand that we are still very, very much looking to move forward. Thank you.
Out at Ashley Ridge, additions and renovation out there, phase 2 through 4, site prep is in progress. You can see there, the picture, we've already started, doing the site work out there. We've had to, move a gas line, move some, hydrant, and move a light and some other stuff that we had to move around out there to accommodate the new band room. That's the site of the band room we're looking at there. Phase 1, the fire sprinkler upgrade is complete. We're gonna have a inspection from the local HJ. Dorchester County Fire Marshal will be out there Wednesday morning with our vendor for the sprinkler system. And right now, we actually had a great conversation with Ms. Matthews last Wednesday. And our completion date was gonna be in the fall for everything. But Harper Construction got a great guy, he's a project manager, and he came up with a schedule that they could complete the band room and the weight room in May. So, but there's a but.
Yeah.
But the caveat to that is we will have to displace the band one semester. And Miss Matthews saw the value in that, and she's working with the band director. We're working with everybody out there to make that happen. That way, when they go into the off season, the football team will have their new weight room. So that's a big piece. And then the other piece will be done over the summer and be completed in August next year. So I think that's some great decisions were made, some great planning was done. So hopefully we can get all that wrapped up next spring and just have the little bit of mop up over the summer.
I think I asked you this at the beginning and you gave me a positive. One of the concerns when I went out to visit when all this started was the fact that they had a concern about not having places to put their equipment, especially if the uniforms got wet, they had no way to hang them, to dry them, put up some of the instruments, et cetera. So all of that, those teachers had input into whatever happened.
Absolutely.
Okay, That's all. I trust you.
We worked with the band director and to design her ideal situation.
Mhm.
Now, there were some monetary constraints. Now, mind
Okay,
you,
yes.
she didn't get everything she wanted, but what she ended up with, she's very happy.
Very good.
In most cases, when the designer came out, what she wanted, we were able to go above a little bit more than what she wanted.
And I think they understand that we have some limits as to what we can and cannot do. So just knowing that they were heard, I think it's very important.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I can tell you that Tony and his crew, when we get to that point, like Oak Brook, we went to Oak Brook, had input from the teachers. You know, we've asked like the principals that have looked at the ponds prototype. Katie has got them and they have looked at the plans. So every step of the way, and all these, the gym at Somerville, you know, everything that the people who are going to be in those buildings. You know, once again, we tell them you can't knock the walls down, you can't
Right.
raise the roof. But, you know, water fountain here, a sink here, or, you know, different outlets here. So, I mean, that's the kind of things that we want to make sure that the people that are going forward have that input each and every time.
Thank you.
That takes us to the Somerville High School gym. We said earlier, the SD review is completed with OSF and we're working on the design documents now, and that's going to incorporate the smoke analysis. And the last meeting we had, they said that they would be able to complete the construction documents by May or June of next year, and the gym would be complete by August of 27, by the fall of 27. So that was a long meeting, but that's what it boiled down to. Fort Dorchester High School classroom addition renovation, we got 95% construction documents there. They will be submitted about the middle of this month, probably hopefully next week, we'll get those submitted and get those reviewed by OSF. And Tina has got the list there of we had a solicitation put out, or an RFQ put out for the selection of those folks that we want to put in bids for that project. And I'll let Tina tell you that when we get to it. But the state and local permitting, we've already started on that. So hopefully we'll have all the permits, all the building permits, all the land disturbance permits, everything along with the building permit to get that project started sometime in the March to April timeframe. So, and we expect that to be a pretty quick build out.
Can we just do that now?
You know, absolutely, we're talking about it now. Every time.
So as Mr. Sewell said, there was a RFQ that was sent out and folks, different contractors responded with questions and then sent in their responses. And there was a team of folks who got together to score those for the different areas. And we were going to, they selected 3 contractors to pre-qualify for this job. And so as we were talking about, these contractors are going to be submitting plans, so don't let them sweet talk you too much or wheel and deal you. But Brantley Construction Company LLC is one of the companies, Hill Construction Services of Charleston Inc., and then J. Davis Construction. So they will be the ones who will be submitting for this project.
Okay, and other construction outside of the red room is over Middle School addition. The brick is complete. That's the top picture there. They've got that building dried in and the HVAC systems are already running. We put permanent power on that building last week so they can get the HVAC going. And we're conditioning that space now, getting ready for the interior finishes. And the scheduled completion date on that is before Christmas. We want to have it done before Christmas so we can come back after Christmas and they start utilizing that space. And both of the Oak projects are TIF funded, so just keep that in mind. Oak Brook Elementary, they're a couple months behind that. The structural block is completed, the roof joist decking is going on, and their scheduled completion date is March of next year. We're picking up steam on the maintenance facility out of the Oak Brook Bus Depot. We're finalizing the civil drawings. We actually got a price on the pre-engineered metal building. That's P&B, and we submitted that for approval, and we got that through Nucor. And hopefully we'll get that. The reason we wanted the pricing is because we know there's going to be a pricing increase, or generally speaking, there's a price increase January 1 for steel and stuff like that. So we want to get that in under the wire beforehand. So we'll be hitting the ground running on that the first of the year. We're already in the permitting phase on that through DES and the county, or actually the town of Somerville is us, and they're in this for. So we've got all that stuff working right now. And hopefully we'll be wrapped up with the construction on that one next summer. That's all I have.
All right, actually, it's a quiet time of year as far as like projects actually actively going. It's mostly behind the scenes right now, getting things prepped for the summer and the next break. Obviously, just a quick update on a few things. OMS and OES, the same vendor who's doing the exterior walls at Windsor Hill is going to be doing that project as well. And they're going to be starting hopefully Thanksgiving break. That's when they should be wrapping up over at Windsor Hill. The roofing projects that are currently going right now are Alston Middle and Beach Hill. You'll actually be getting that in December to approve. And then we have Greg Middle School roofing projects in design phase. So we're hoping to have that before we go on Christmas break so that we could probably have it posted for bid during the break. And that way we can award it when we get back in January. Let's see here, what else do we have? Restrooms and locker room projects. So our in-house engineer is doing the design on all these projects. So helps us out with, just some funding issues and things like that. So he's designing locker room renovations for Oak Brook and DeBose, as well as restrooms at DeBose and Austin Middle School. So hopefully, and, add some ADA compliance to those restrooms and, give them a facelift, give them some much needed love, I would say, so to speak.
You're not widen,
Widen them up.
you go make them wider.
All
Ooh, I'm not gonna visit. But,
standard of 6 feet, and we're gonna go 72 inches. We're gonna get about 6 feet in there each room. But definitely adding some much needed accessibility to the
Yeah.
rooms.
but seriously, I think I may have said this already, in visiting the schools, you all did a wonderful job. All those schools look terrific. And, Alston, it just kind of, so many memories there, but at the same time, it looks almost brand new. So
Yeah.
y'all did a great job.
Yeah, they're actually, it's not on here, but they're actually starting tonight. They're working until 2 o'clock in the morning because they're behind on their door project.
Oh,
So they're gonna be working all this week from 3:30 till 2:30 at night, installing the new doors in the school. So hopefully that'll be done before we get to Christmas break. Because they have to do all the interior doors, then come back and do all the exterior doors. So we're expecting that to be done before we go to Christmas break. Some more updates, a lot of HVAC projects. It seems like every year we're doing more and more, but we are slowly catching up with some of these delayed maintenance projects that we've been looking to do. We've got Windsor Hill will actually start over, I made a mistake. It's actually not going to be Thanksgiving. It's going to be Christmas break. The Fort D Elementary project, all units are ordered. Gregg Middle School quotes are received, and that's going to be split over 2 years. The William Reeves project is, everything's ordered. We'll probably start spring break and finish up over the summer. Oak Brook Elementary will start in the summer and finish up just like Oak Brook did last year at the middle school. The Windsor Hill and Fort Dorchester Elementary playground equipment is scheduled to arrive in the next week. So they're going to start, installation on, different areas. I know Steve Dunn's already been in communication with Mr. Taylor and Mr. Nooner, and they've got plans worked out to do those installations. Let's see here, what else do we have? Oh, upcoming things. So the Beach Hill Ceiling Grid project has been approved by the board, and we've made it through the protest period. So we're gonna have a meeting hopefully next week to come up with a tentative schedule on how we're gonna, attack that project. Hoping that we can start some of the work over Christmas break and then move into spring break and then complete it over the summer. The other ones that are right behind there as far as being put out for bid are Austin Middle School, Flowertown, and Newington. So those will all be coming, in the next couple of months. I'd say by the time we get back in January, we expect to have all those either out for bid or awarded. Let's see here, what else do we have? So upcoming through the referendum, we have William Reeves. A good portion of their roofing is going to be replaced. And we have also actually next year are going to be doing a full repave and reconfiguration of the Fort Dorchester High School parking lot. So we've got funds set aside for that. Just a couple updates on some things. On your right, you'll see a mower. We actually just purchased this. It was part of our capital budget this year, and we actually have an autonomous mower that we're using for our district landscaping program. So we're actually going to be bringing the athletic field's already done by us, not Palmetto. So we're going to be, centralizing that. And so that's part of our team is our new robot vacuum cleaner. Robot mower. We have robot vacuums too, but the robot mower is doing great, and it's saves a bunch of time. It does really good on our practice fields. So it's going to help us out a lot. Also, just as a thank you to Tina and, everybody for letting us budget throughout the years. In the last few years, we've basically replaced our whole fleet. So we actually have, all pretty modern vehicles for our facilities guys. So I think we have 2 left to replace and hopefully get those next year, and then that'll catch us up. We had some 1997 vans out there that were on their last leg. So
Did they still have parts available?
sometimes.
This was one of the vans that we talked about on finance.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is just an update. I actually had to do a double take earlier when I did the graph because our actual completion went down to 4.5 days and our overall completion was 7 days. And then I remembered we had October break, and that while it should be a good time for us, a lot of the folks took time to take off with their families and whatnot. So that we had a lot of facilities folks out, and we also had we've had about 3 or 4 of our on sites that have been out for 2 or 3 weeks for injuries or things of that nature. So we've been a little short staffed this month, but, overall, not bad. About 1,000, I think 1,055 work orders for the month of October.
Yeah.
All I have.
I do want to go back to the Ashby Ridge project and explain. So I know Tina gave the numbers for the GMP on that. So there's just under $10 million in GMPs. Now, I've been on projects before where we have two separate entities working on the same building, and it's created issues. We also had a project in the referendum for re-roofing about 100,000 square feet of that roof out there. So I combined that to be under one thumbnail, just so there would not be any confusion or finger pointing when it came to the roofing. So the GMP, it may seem elevated, but it's also includes about $1.8 million worth of roofing. So that's two referendum projects under one umbrella. So we got a kind of a twofer on that, so.
Thank you. Brought that to them before
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all voted. Just as a reminder, right? Y'all have a lot going on, holy cow.
Yeah. Fun times,
I said, yeah.
Just a few projects.
fun stuff out there.
Good, that's good. All good, beautiful. Any questions from the board, the committee? Rock and roll, public comment?
What do y'all need from us? The board.
Bonds.
You know what?
We need the bonds.
We're trying.
Oh, well, I thought y'all gonna say a pay raise or something like that. Y'all are good. We didn't even ask for money. Oh, we can get the bonds for you.
Okay.
Justin got this.
Please cease transmission. All right, we're good. Do we have any public comment?
No.
For us in public. Beautiful. All right, thank you. We will adjourn our meeting and we'll see everybody at 6 o'clock for our board meeting.